The road to the 2025 Kentucky Oaks continues, and this time we go to the fairgrounds. It is the Silver Bullet Day. The Oaks prep season is underway at the fairgrounds Saturday. 1 mile and 70 yards, 3-year-old fillies. Saturday, January the 18th, race number 9, and the Kentucky Oaks. The winner of the Silver Bullet Day gets 20 points, 10 points for second, and 6, 4, and 2. Remember, points are more of a premium for the Kentucky Oaks races because they only have a 14-horse starting gate. So a lot of horses that want to run in the Oaks don't get in. There's usually a pretty good also eligible list. So 14 horses for the Kentucky Oaks versus 20 for the Kentucky Derby. Meanwhile, the Oaks season has been very productive from the Silver Bullet Day. We had Pretty Mischievous win the Silver Bullet Day, Clariere win the Silver Bullet Day, Serengeti Empress, she turned in the Silver Bullet Day. Kentucky Oaks double a few years back. So some good horses have won this race. Let's take a look at the field. An 8-horse field led by Chassen. This is a Judgmont filly, a 68 buyer in her debut. She goes for Brad Cox. Golden Gamble for Ken McPeak. She was even in the Untappable Stakes running second. Simply Joking debuted to the stakes win on the undercard of the Untappable Day. Meanwhile, Drexel Hill an even 5th in the Untappable Stakes. California Sunset, 3rd was in the Untappable. So we've got 3-4 runners coming out of that Untappable Stakes. Gowell's Delight, another winner for Ken McPeak. And rounding out the field, you got Bless the Broken. And She's a Swede, another Ken McPeak runner with some American Pharaoh pedigree in that one. So the Silver Bullet Day, a field of 8, Chasten at 4-1 in the morning line, Golden Gamble 7-2, Simply Joking 3-1. Then you've got California Sunset, a pretty flat board. A lot of horses between 7-2 and 5-1. The 10-1 long shot is Bless the Broken on the morning line. She'll probably go up to more about 15, 16-1 on the betting on Saturday. So it could be a wide open tote board. I do think Chassen, Golden Gamble, and Simply Joking are the ones that are going to be the top 3 favorites. Not quite sure which order they're going to be yet, but let's take a look at the race replays led by the impressive Chassen, who debuted with a nice win at Churchill Downs. The sire is into mischief. Judgmont, the breeder owner, and Brad Cox, the trainer, came from just off the pace. Didn't run necessarily fast. She looked good doing it. She's got a big pedigree, so I think this one could get bet down a little bit, but Chassen, definitely a contender. Now, Golden Gamble ran off the screen 2 back. She won by over 9 lengths. Came back and run flat second evenly in the Untappable, but I think we're going to get a little bit more pace in this race, and I think Golden Gamble might have just been using that last race to just get some more conditioning in her. You know, you really can't run fast too many times on the road to the Oaks and the Derby. You kind of have to ration out some of those big efforts. Golden Gamble, I think, can improve here. Now, Simply Joking debuted with a win in a stakes race, the L'Atelier Stakes. The sire is Practical Joke. They're stretching her out. They think she can go up in class. They were pretty impressed with that win and thought they had her cranked up to win that stakes race the first time out. Simply Joking winning the stakes race in her debut at 6 furlongs. Now got to go 1 mile and 70 for Simply Joking after that win. Now, another contender is Drexel Hill. This was my pick in the Untappable Stakes. She ended up running 5th at 10-1 that day. I think with blinkers on this time, she's going to add blinkers. There's possibility a little bit more pace. If you notice from her running lines on Woodbine on the synthetic, she needs a little bit more pace in the race. I still think she's a little bit live with those blinkers. If we get a bigger field here, a bigger field in the Silver Bullet Day versus the Untappable Stakes. So Drexel Hill is one to take a look at. Now, Bless the Broken is another one. Sire is Leoban, second in allowance race. Ran in the nice race, the Demoiselle Stakes. That was a little bit slower than the Remsen Stakes, but we'll see what shakes out with Bless the Broken here in the Silver Bullet Day. So lots of good contenders, a flat overall board. Now the 6 furlong pace, now remember when they're lightly raced and they only have 1 or 2 starts, you don't necessarily know the running styles. I'm going to put Simply Joking on the front here. I'm going to put her as the early leader at the 6 furlong pace. I think the pace is going to be average, but the fact that she won at 6 furlongs first time out now stretches out to the 1 mile 70. You could also take a look at Chassen. She makes her second start. She's going up in class. Goel's Delight, another one that could be in that pressing spot. Mid-pack is going to be California Sunset, and then Drexel Hill, they could be sitting as a presser, but probably more likely as a mid-pack runner. But she does have a little bit of speed if they want to use it, and with those blinkers, she may show a little bit more speed in this race. Overall, an average pace, 8-horse fields. I don't think we're going to get too fast on the fractions. Kind of depends on what Simply Joking wants to do on the front end. Now, the big handicapping questions. Chasten, can she go up in class? She's got to switch tracks, but usually runners from Churchill Downs and Fairgrounds, they run pretty good at both tracks. An average pace, that may help out Simply Joking on the stretch out. And Go Well's Delight looked impressive in that last win. Now she's got to go up in class overall for the Silver Bullet Day. Now we've got Chassen and Go Well's Delight as the recent maiden winners. Allowance Stakes Company, we've got Golden Gamble, Simply Joking, Drexel Hill. Could be any one of those three that maybe improve here. Some of the lightly racing runners still eligible to improve in the Silver Bullet Day. Now my top selection, I'm going to go with Go Well's Delight. I like that maiden win. I'm going to play her in exactas over Chassen, Drexel Hill, and Golden Gamble. I do think Golden Gamble can improve a little bit. Drexel Hill is interesting as a price underneath Go Well's Delight in the exacta. Now, other contenders to consider is California Sunset. I think she can improve a little bit. She gets a little bit more bigger field in this race, so one to consider if you're not sold on Go Well's Delight. Chassen can win, but she needs to improve that speed figure by about 5-6 points to really be competitive in this race. Now, the Silver Bullet Day continues on the Fairgrounds Road. Then we go to the Rachel Alexandra. Then we close it oaks with the Louisiana Oaks. Still lots of good racing. Of course, the winner of this race picks up 20 points on the road to the Kentucky Oaks. We've got more points races. The LeCompte preview is already up. Next week, we go to the Southwest Stakes at Oaklawn Park. Then we've got the Holy Bull, the Robert Lewis, and the Withers Stakes, all part of the first Separation Saturday on February the 1st. Free racing picks for the Fairgrounds card this Saturday, LeCompte Day. Sign up below in the description. And then Pegasus Week is next week. We've got free picks for the Pegasus Stakes coming up next week. Triple Crown Prospectus is already out for this week. You can sign up 2,000 words every week on the road to the Triple Crown and through the Kentucky Derby, Oaks, Preps, and some of the maiden winners along the way. Sign up for that in the description. And the Silver Bullet Day, Chasten, Golden Gamble, and Simply Joking are the main contenders. Bless the Broken 10-1 morning line. Who do you like in the Silver Bullet Day? Remember, share, like, comment, and support the channel. The LeCompte preview is up, and the Silver Bullet Day should be a good race as race number 9 on Saturday at the Fairgrounds. Silver Bullet Day and LeCompte will have picks. Sign up for the free tip sheet. And remember, D. Wayne Lucas always says, people have opinions, horses have the facts.